Hi everyone. So we will discuss about the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Now the WPA Act, to be initially see, we have the two constitutional provisions. The first is the 48A, which says that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and the wildlife of the country. That is basically the 48A. Similarly, we have a 51A G under the fundamental duties that it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including the forest, lakes, river, and wildlife, and to have a compassion for the living creature. And both of these acts plays a crucial role in designing the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So, Wildlife Protection Act it has mainly six schedules. From these six schedules, from schedule 1 to 5, it is in accordance with the risk of the survival. Schedule 6 is regarding the plant species. From this, the schedule 1 animals are those animals which are completely prohibited from hunting. You cannot hunt them, for example the tiger and the lion. So if you do the hunting and the poaching of these animals, then there will be a criminal penalty over those people. So it is schedule 1. Similarly, the schedule 2 and its part 2. So we should say the part 2 of schedule 2, that would be better. Part 2 of schedule 2 and the schedule 1, they are both same. So for the endangered animals, this applies. Apart from that, the power of the state government are withdrawn after the Amendment Act 1991. So there is one more thing that I'll write it here. The power of state government are withdrawn after the passing of the Amendment Act 1991. Moreover, the state government are not empowered to declare any wild animal as vermin. Okay, so state government cannot declare any wild animal as vermin, because if you see the schedules, the schedule 5, under which there are certain animals which can be hunted. Under the schedule 6 also there are certain animals which can be hunted, and these animals are those animals which are basically designated as a vermin. So the state government cannot declare them as vermin at very first. Moreover, the immunization of the livestock within the 5-kilometer radius from the national park has been made compulsory. So it is like this: immunization of livestock within 5-kilometer radius from national park has been made compulsory. So these are the major highlights of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Apart from that, we have another act, that is the Scheduled Tribes and the Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act 2006. That is Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act of 2006. Under this act, the nodal agency is the MOTA, that is the Ministry of the Tribal Affairs. More importantly, this act recognizes the rights of the community and the individual rights. Recognizes community rights also, and individual rights. Moreover, for tribal as well as for the forest dwellers. So this is for both, for tribals and forest dwellers. So there is a difference between the tribals and the forest dwellers. Actually, the tribals are those which are comes under the the schedule basically 6 of the constitution, and more importantly the tribals which live inside the forest, and the forest dwellers are those which rely on the forest in order to to get the for the business opportunities, for getting the tobacco and the product, so mfps, minor forest products. In that case, those are the forest dwellers. So the one who lives, those are tribals, and the one who actually whose business run from the forest, that's called the forest dwellers. Apart from that, for those tribes who reside for at least 3 generations, where each generation of 25 years, only those are recognized. So we can say here that the recognition are for those when there is at least 3 generations, where each generation is of 25 years for each generation. Only those are considered for recognition, and maximum land for that is basically 4 hectares. And more importantly, the forest tribal rules, these all applies for both national park, wildlife sanctuary, and protected areas. This act also includes, it also defined the minor forest product as a non-timber produce. And more importantly, the rights under the act, these are heritable. That's important point. Rights are heritable but not alienable or transferable. Means you can inherit those rights but you cannot take away from them. And more importantly, till verification is completed, no person shall be removed. That is also an important point. Till verification, no person can be removed. And most important point is that the Gram Sabha is the competent authority. So this is mainly about the SGs and the Other Forest Dwellers Act. Apart from that, we should also know about the NGTs, and let me write it here. National Green Tribunal, NGT, basically which came in 2010, NGT Act. So basically NGT is a special tribunal to handle the environmental issues. So it's a tribunal which handles special environmental issues. Its genesis from the Article 21, which is basically right to healthy environment. You know, right to healthy environment. This is where the genesis comes into the picture. And more importantly, the tribunal here is not bound by the Code of Civil Procedure. So this tribal actually not bound by Code of Civil Procedure. Therefore, it is guided by the principle of natural justice. That's important. Moreover, the disposal of the application will be done within the 6 months. So you can write it here that disposal of application within 6 months. So this is how it is about. And if you want to dig deep inside, so its members are there. The members are basically there's a one chairperson plus certain judicial members plus there are experts. So the chairperson will be the Chief Justice of the High Court, or it can be the judge of Supreme Court. Whereas the other judicial members includes the minimum shall be 10, the maximum can be 20. And moreover, even the retired High Court judge can be the judicial member. And under the experts panel, the minimum is 10 and the maximum is 20. Moreover, the tribunal has original jurisdictions on the matter of the environment. So, small point here. It has the original jurisdiction in matter of environment. That is why it has also an appellate jurisdiction within the period of 30 days. So we can write it here that appellate jurisdiction within 30 days. And the decision is final and binding. And if the person is not satisfied, he may appeal to the Supreme Court. Remember that. They may appeal to the Supreme Court within 90 days, which can be extended. So this is about the NGT and the STN Traditional Forest Owners Act and the previous one that we have, Wildlife Protection Act. We'll discuss the rest in the next lecture. Thank you.